Happy November 20th, Sunday. Collective, it's a 2. It's a 2. I'm going to keep it 2. The moon. If you have a birthday on the 20th, it resonates to the moon and Cancer. And so I've always found some of the best friendships that I've had have also been numbers that resonate to water. So 2 and 7s go together really well, just an FYI, because 7 is Neptune, which would be Pisces. So that's just a little tidbit for you if you enjoy that kind of stuff. Hey, I did a cartoon for you. This is you, Collective. The first line here is, this is the equation that was set out for you, the first mathematical equation. You minus, let's take away friends, let's take away your money, and then you're going to rest in peace. See, 2022 under this nice little autumn tree. But this is the new equation down here, and I'm so excited to show it to you because that's you, Collective, and you're greater than this place because you equal eternity. So yeah, this is the before. And these things are gonna be coming back to you. We're gonna see that in the chart that I show you, but that's what they wanted, okay? And we rewrote the script. We rewrote it. This is the new ending, okay? You're gonna be around for a while. I think it's pretty cool, and I just want to thank all the angels and spiritual aides that have helped me. That I never thought that I would be an angel's voice during judgment time. I feel that, and I don't know if you've realized that, but I had no indication that he would use my voice during this time of judgment. It's like, wow, and here I whine about, I'm not powerful. Well, what do you think? He made your voice powerful. So, thank you. You're awesome. So, my candle, this is Archangel Saint Michael. And I noticed he has the scales. I don't know if you can see, but he's holding the scales of justice right there. As he's putting his foot on this really bad dude's head. So he's multitasking. And yeah, this dude, I tried to talk to him. This dude is on call 24/7, constantly. He has this spirit inside of him from the Most High that gives him that energy. But he's incredibly talented angel, so we should give him some gratitude today, because I think he's kept a lot of you safe. Now this one that I tell you that always burns black, this is another one that I burned, and it always burns black, always. See the difference? This one was clean, it's just clean, right? Okay. And I had said earlier that, well, I guess my angels around me are working overtime. Well, then I realized, I looked down here, this is the guardian angel. So this would be the equivalent of those readers that call the divine bodyguard. Yeah, that's the divine. He's like, yo, I have been working so hard on your behalf. Thank you. So yeah, just it's well overdue that they need to be held up in honor today. So this is from Matthew 25:34. Jesus initiates a heaven that'll be inhabited exclusively by those who have learned how to be kind, and only kind and always kind. Period. And he was to build this world of beings like himself, and when completed, no others will be there. Period. And I was like, well, what would that look like? To have absolutely a heart like yours, Collective, everywhere when you walked out the door. I would enjoy being in that space, let me tell you. Yeah, he put a big deal on kindness. Just being kind. That's all you gotta do. So, okay, I got this too. This was pretty cool. Yeah, this is really cool, actually. So, November 20th, 2022, today, we have won an eternity tower. We have won a Tower Eternity, an eternity tower. You can get those from those letters up there when you rearrange the letters of the date. That's, you can spell that. We won an eternity tower, and we're born between eternity. Born between eternity. Everlasting space. There's a Triente. You can get that from those letters up there. Triente, which, when I looked that up, was the alliance in World War I. We were part of the alliance with France, UK, Russia, Italy, Japan during World War I. That's what they called that alliance, was the Triente. Triente? I think it's Italian, or yeah. So we were a part of that, and you can spell that from the words from today. Because it does kind of feel like World War, you know, because it's a spiritual battle. There is an evil entity you can pick out from those letters. And we're between evil entity. Because of that, that war we're fighting. There's a better event on Monday. A better event Monday. I couldn't get the D or the A and the Y, but I can abbreviate and put MUN. So there's a better event for MUN. 10-0 now. There's 10 that O now, and there's 10 Taiwan. Women wrote owner a note. Women wrote owner note, and an overment. There's an overment on men and women. When I looked up overment, it's a statement. So it's a statement, claim, charge, accusation, or plea on women or men. So this would be an overment, a time for overment, people to give their plea right before judgment. And up here, this is the one I had the dream about, in between time. You can get that from the letters in today's date. In between time. So one of you out there, several of you out there, have been victim of trafficking, people basically abusing your civil liberty to be a free person. And when I got this dream, it was like I woke up and realized when I got to the window that I didn't know where I was. And that was all I could see, was that one, like maybe 15 seconds of outside. But I realized this isn't where, I don't know where I'm at. This is what happens to traffickers if they've been under the influence, if they've been drugged or what have you. If you happen to know that you woke up and you weren't supposed to, because see, I was put right back out. I wasn't supposed to have woke up. But it's that description of that location that needs to be revealed, because that's where they've taken a lot of victims. And it was really remote. I didn't see any other homes around, but I did actually get to a window and realize this, I don't know where I'm at. Because they'll always return the victim to their familiar environment. And then of course, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? You're on now time. You're on now time. So you just clue into these are the batteries I need to wake up. You clue in, so you don't think about that glimpse that you got when you may have been put out or taken away or whatever they did. But I feel like there's many victims of this. And it's those 15 seconds that now that things have slowed down and you've removed yourself from that environment, that maybe if you remember that description of that place that you were at, it can help for other people not to be hauled away, drugged, hauled away. Yeah. So that's kind of important in between time, because you woke up and you're like, this isn't where, and then I must have got hit over the head again, because by the time I woke up I was back in my familiar space. So is that horrible? Who does that? I don't know, but Spirit told me to tell you that. Spirit, also, we have this awesome chart for tonight. Look, we have Grand Trine. Yay! Grand Trine and Air. This is the Commander-in-Chief tonight. It's an Air Grand Trine. Those are rare, okay? It's got Mars retrograde, Saturn, and down there the moon, the beautiful moon tonight. It's in Libra. And we have this beautiful gift from the Spirit for new dreams for your heart. There's new dreams because it's going right to Neptune. So there's some kind of gift for your heart tonight from the Spirit. And even if Neptune is retrograde, the dream is in payment of maybe the bad. The gift is a payment of maybe what was the wrong dream. Does that make sense? Like, it's to replace what was taken from you. So I like that. So yeah, Grand Trine, air. Lots of good communication with borders and safeties, and your heart. They're well aware of your situation. They're well aware of the wrong actions taken against you. So I would think you can move pretty comfortably tonight, which is good. The nodes, you know, we still have the nodes sitting up there in Aquarius, in Taurus, sorry. I think of Aquarius because, you know, it's Uranus sitting up there, but so the nodes, anytime the nodes, Taurus, Scorpio, those are, you can Google it and you'll get a lot of like popcorn, like bubblegum, like fun narratives on it, but it's really not an easy place to have your nodes. Like it's probably where people like Mandela, people that have served prison time, seriously, that were wrongfully in prison, because it's all about what can I let go of to endure, you know, and it's really difficult because pretty soon you start realizing I don't have anything else to surrender. You know, it's like I've surrendered everything. It's almost because that's that journey of if it's Scorpio Taurus, Scorpio's teaching to get spiritual and let go, and Taurus is all about finding stability and holding on. So it's that polarity. You know, the whole time maybe you wanted to build, and the whole time the spirit was having you discard these things. And so yeah, we're coming to a completion of that though with this judgment. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I just never thought, you know, that's pretty awesome if you think about it. So I'm gonna read some cards today. I've had a really good Sunday so far. So far so good. Yeah, some of the addictions and things people are trying to shed right now, a lot of it, Spirit told me, is in the motion and the routine of it, not so much the chemical makeup of it. So, motion and routine, those can be switched up by you. So, okay, I never was into needles, but if you were into needles, maybe start getting more tattoos. Maybe your soul just wants to be a tattoo artist. I mean, think about it. It's the motion and the routine of it. It may not be the ugly stuff you're putting in the needle. It may just be the act of doing it. You know, so there's ways to tame that down so that you can just get rid of it altogether. But you know what I'm saying? Like in cigarette smoking, it's all the motion. It's all the motion and the routine of it. And so I sit by a window to smoke, and so now I'm making myself sit at the window and read. You know, I still smoke, but I will make myself, when I don't smoke, sit there to read. So I get in the habit of, okay, this window's not just for that. It's to do, I can sit there and not. You know what I mean? So kind of like trick the routine a little bit, trick the motion of it a little bit. Yeah. So that might help a few of you out there. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional by any means, but I know what it's like to have something control you. And that's not what Spirit wants for you. Because it creates anxiety. It creates anxiety that should not be there. He wants your heart at peace and rest. Your peace, your pleasure, the definition of your peace, your pleasure, your protection have changed so drastically. If you think of those three words, because it's not like everybody else's. It really isn't, because you've endured so much. Like, pleasure to you is probably just being able to you know, watch a sunset and, you know, not have a gang stalker blow their muffler as they drive by. I mean, peace to you is so different because of your environment that you've had to endure. So, but your future will, I have a feeling, like my intuition's telling me that your future wants to make up for that. But what they don't realize is it's not going to take much. Because you've just made it like you're normal, like it's your normal to go outside and have that. So you're gonna be shocked, I think, when people go out of their way to bring you the kind of protection they want to bring you, the pleasure that they want to bring you. I don't mean like hypersexual kind of pleasure. I just mean like just everyday nice things around you to make you feel good. And so I'm looking forward to a lot of that if you share in any of your readings how you're experiencing that, because it is so foreign, because you've never really experienced it like maybe everybody else has always experienced it. Because you've had other things on your mind, you know. So yeah. Oh, that's nice. All right, so the beginning of this reading is there's a King of Cups. There's the King of Cups. I'm going to find out if he's of higher vibration or if he's of lower vibration, or what's he doing. King of Cups, Spirit. Who's this King of Cups? They came out sideways. He was involved with kind of a shady King of Swords who broke your heart while you defended yourself. So yeah, they know each other, and you've probably throughout this process of watching these put the appropriate person in those spots. But what's interesting to me is sometimes they switch, because sometimes the vibration picks up on a different king or a different, you know what I mean? Like maybe there'll be an emperor or whatever. But today, the primary one that you think of as the King of Swords, because it could be female too. These may not be males, okay? These are two people that broke your heart, made it a mission to while you stood your ground. So, the crossing energy, yeah, they did it all to bring you off balance, off course, to take you off your course, because they knew you had a destiny. They knew you were a vital part of the future, and they did that to off kilter that, and now they're regretting that. Yeah, they're regretting that. That's the crossing energy, is some of the actions that they took. And isn't it interesting that you never know when Spirit will, okay, blow the whistle and call judgment. Like, thank God I thought of all the times where he could have called judgment and I'd be in the middle of something really, like I wasn't, you know, looking too hot, you know, but he chose, because it was a series of events. It was a series of events that lasted over a process of time, is how he wants me to say it. A process of time. So he knows when you were in a lower vibration and you hung out with people because you were just wanting someone to love you, you know, and like you. You had no friends or money because you were headed toward this nice little spot over here. Yay, we're almost there kind of attitude. So that, I mean, he was well aware of that, even though you weren't. So I'm just grateful he blew the whistle when he did. Let's just put it that way. So, in your subconscious is this, yeah, you can feel it. There's just this death, this shift of energy, just a shift of energy. And the plants are just so beautiful. It's like, oh, whatever I can do to help. You will align yourself with blue lines. Let me know, please. Whatever song you want, I will dance to it all night. Because that's what we want. We want those planets, and we want their higher vibration to help us. So that we're stable, so that we're secure, and we walk out our purpose during this time. There's a reason why he's selected you angels during this time. Very important. You are moving away from this energy. I'm going to qualify this. You know, the Chariot can be like a runaway horse chariot kind of feeling too, sometimes. This Chariot, was about catching you off guard with a love offer. Catching you off guard with some kind of offer. So they had to abandon that offer. I wonder why. A lot of you have already speculated because it was tainted. You knew that your contract wouldn't allow you to accept it anyway. That just blows my contract out of the water if I accept it. So yeah, they had to move away from that.
Yes, they're hiding money in the garden.
You can't help it.
They've got money buried in the
And I think
garden.
a lot of it has to do with the belief that God's only going to love you if you're in this box. I don't believe that. I don't think you believe that, collective, because there's a lot of boxes out there that people are in, and God absolutely adores them. So you don't have to be in one particular box, okay, for him to have favor on you.
They're hiding money in
And
the
he's given
garden.
all of you collective favor to voice this. That
Loser.
that's the
Sorry,
false.
that's
That's the
such a loser,
false.
Dad. This is your reading.
That's in our justice system. That's in our immediate environment with schools and teachers and friends, family. That's just, they all hold those beliefs. Well, this person can't be favored. Look at them. They smoke cigarettes. Oh, okay. God ain't gonna like me. All right. That's cool. That's good. Have a good day. Be kind about it. But the bottom line is they had to move away from that because they realize it. Because you're headed toward this greedy little man. He's a greedy little man, okay? He's holding on so tight, I don't even think he can check if his britches are zipped up. I mean, that's how tight he's holding those. He's not wearing britches, he's wearing a dress. But still, that's just too tight to hold on to anything. And you learned that. As much as you love things, you had to let go of things. Because nothing's forever, right? You gotta follow that flow of eternity. Like, okay, I'll hold and love you as best I can right now, but we know that things are changing and shifting, you know? So, in the front of the consciousness was this exposure of this thievery, bad dealings. He's come out upside down a couple times now. Yeah. It was so glaringly wrong. But they had done it for so long. And that's how they get away with it. So, that was the truth. And your ancestors are all over that. Look, see those little Yodas? Those are all from your ancestors saying, we got you. We're doing the best we can. We're getting it out as best and as, because they know you're on a schedule too. You're supposed to be doing other stuff besides, you've got a calling on your, he called you to do this, but he called you your voice and your power in other places, is what I'm saying. So you're kind of on a clock too. You are, this is how the environment sees you. They know, your environment knows that you need some kind of information, and you'd like it fast. Let me clarify. Let me see what the cards tell me about this message. Yeah, I was thinking about that. How I would like it to come forward. It's cute this morning. See, I don't know about you, but I know. Well, and yeah, no. Some of you have expressed that in your readings, that you know there's people placed around you investigating. You're well aware of that. So I don't know. Maybe about 3-4 weeks ago. It was a while ago. I realized they put a new person around me. I had never met the person around me, but I knew there was somebody. And all of a sudden that energy shifted because I was like, there's somebody new, there's somebody different. And it was okay. Like, I'm not saying like I don't like this person, but I could tell the difference in the energy. So this morning, I'm up and I'm taking my vitamins and my, getting my drink ready, and I'm thinking, the other guy said good morning. No shit, yeah. The other guy, like, I would wake up and I could hear somebody saying good morning. I was like, what the hell? Nobody says good morning to me. But that's how different the energy was. So I was kind of like whining about that this morning when I was getting ready. I'm like, well, the other guy said good morning. And it's just some like invisible voice out there that I picked up on. there was a difference. So yeah, that's how I want the message to come in. I want it to be like, I remember your energy. I remember the energy around me. That's how I want it to come in. I don't want it to be from an energy that I have to all of a sudden like discern, like good, bad, wax, killer, whatever. I just kind of want it to be a familiar energy. Yeah, so that might help you too. Because you know what's around you. You can feel it. This is hopes and wishes. Okay, you walked away from a confusing, yeah. Yeah, a lot of you have this too. You have this person. It's too confusing maybe right now to figure out. That you're inclined to walk away from. And I thought about this too. You can revisit that. I mean, this confusion can be cleared up. I mean, Neptune's not going to be retrograde forever. There might be some information that comes forward to change your... I'll turn this down.
Talk about whether we need to be warned about something or...
But...
tearing apart is the
it's not like you can't revisit this person, especially like the way they're describing this person is like you're gonna just be able to create this big powerful future together. Well, you don't want to mess that up, right? I mean if that's your goal. I don't know, mine is just like, I just need my family. I just need my family because that's been sacrificed with, and my kids have paid for it too, and that's not fair to them. So I need to heal my family. So my son's home. So yeah, think about that too. It can be revisited in the future if you don't know the answer today. And the outcome of this reading. Oh, I love this. It's the happiness for the Queen of Pentacles and her stability. Happiness and stability. Peace, protection, pleasure. Those are all going to be redefined for you. It's going to be completely different. Peace, pleasure, protection. They're going to be redefined for you. So I love you, collective, and have an awesome evening.